Okay, hello. I'm just wanted to make a little guide of how to do remove submission, just because I beat it, and I want to be able to help anyone else who is currently working on it. I'll just kind of, I'll actually work from front to back, kind of just going off the cuff, so might be a little unorganized. Um, oh, what the fuck is going on with the music? What is going on? Okay, here we go. So the beginning is, I think, pretty straightforward. I'd say with these black orbs right here, you want to make sure to click them as late as possible. I think it's pretty obvious though, so it's not super hard. They're not hard inputs anyway. This input, I don't know I don't know how much advice I can give you. It's kind of just practice it. This pink orb, you want to make sure to click as late as possible, though. Just as long as you can hit it, you're good. It's just kind of a timing you just have to grind out. You want to buffer the black orb afterward, which again I think is also kind of obvious. Here you can click that late. You can click later than you think you can, though it's a loose timing, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Here, this green orb is kind of the same, where it's like, click it late if you can, but you're probably fine. This pink orb this pink orb like line, I initially kind of just spammed and hoped, but it's much easier to do like 4 consistent clicks. Like you can see in my clear video. That's what I do. This black orb right here actually gave me a decent bit of trouble. It's not a hard timing, you just have to make sure to click it late. Basically, most of the black orbs in this level, you just want to make sure to click late, or as late as possible. Like that. There you go. Yeah. Then once you get that one, you have this. This is just another timing you just have to learn. It's a hard timing, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. Here, there's a lot of these sorts of jumps in remove submission. My advice is generally to click them earlier, or a little earlier than you think. But again, a lot of these I'm going to say are just timings that you have to learn. Just click this late, kind of pretty straightforward. A little bit later than you think, I'd say. So you can get pretty low down and still be okay. Here, this is just, you click it. Here, okay, this part is interesting. So, you can just like hit the green orb kind of wherever. But you want to like, you can kind of just buffer both. Oh, so actually, no, you can't hit the green orb early. Huh, I didn't even really think about this. This is one of the inputs that I kind of just didn't think too hard about and just was able to do it. Yeah, so I'd say hit the green orb a little bit late, and then buffer, like click the red orb and then buffer the pink. So like double click basically, Yeah, there. This just do the spam. It's pretty straightforward. Try to focus more on having like a consistent click rhythm as opposed to actually just spamming as fast as possible. The only part where I think spamming as fast as possible is really useful is the UFO part. So I'd say keep that in mind for most of the spams in this level. This one is just a late click. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just going to practice it. Late click again. This click is not as hard as it looks, but again, clicking late never hurts. Here, this is another, like, you want to kind of double click. You want to make sure not to hit the black orb too early because you're going to not be able to hit the green orb, or if you do, it's not going to be enough. I'd say lean late is probably the safest way, or like lean late or center. I think where you hit the black orb determines how you want to hit the green orb, though generally you just want to hit it round in the middle. So you can kind of just like a similar pattern, like da-da pattern. Like you can listen to some completions, you can see the pattern. A lot of this timing is just the distance between these 2 clicks of that black orb and the green orb. So yeah, it's not too bad though. You'll get used to it. Here, just make sure to click it like relatively early, though it's really not very tight. You can kind of hit it as long as you hit the yellow pad. You're chilling. Kind of buffer this jump right here. Here's actually one small thing that was really helpful to me. Try to click the first green orb early, and then don't double click immediately. Try to put like a little bit of space. Like, if you double click too fast, you'll like get too high there or at that spike. So like click, but make sure to kind of space them out a little bit. This blue orb is kind of just the obvious timing. Just hit it. Here, This is the kind of one of the weirdest sections in the level, let's say. So, again, you kind of click buffer. That's pretty straightforward. This, oh, apparently that does not work always. So, but it's pretty straightforward. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Here, this, if you get like a really early black orb timing, you can't buffer this jump. So I just don't try until you just like get that timing, because it's easy anyway. This is weird. So you can do this timing in a lot of different ways. Though generally how it works is the earlier you click right here, the later you want to click here. So I personally, what I like to do is I like to click a little early so I can click the green orb as late as possible to have a very consistent timing, like there. Because if you don't, you'll hit that spike. Like here, I'll intentionally click late, and you'll see I'll maybe even go over the spike if I'm late enough, but I don't think that's even possible. Like, you'll hit the spike pretty consistently. Well, not even hitting the green orb late. I don't know. Whatever. This is very much a timing that is like one of the weirdest timings in the level, and just like make sure to play it a decent bit just to feel it out and try to make sure you understand it. Though again, it also gets consistent. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, because you want to make sure you don't go too low like that, and you also don't want to go too high like that. Let me get past this input. Oh, come on, guys. There you go. This is a pretty straightforward input. I think you can even buffer. Oh, you can even buffer it. Just kind of do it however you want. This black orb is late. Remember what I was saying? Make sure to time basically all your black orb clicks late. It prevents you from double clicking, so you can kind of hold this down. But for these two blue orbs, you have to make sure not to hold them down. You have to like do a very gentle clicks, or very quick clicks. Again, this black orb also prevents you from dying if you hold, so that's also a useful bit of information. It's a kind of, again, this is kind of a weird timing you just kind of feel out. Same with this green orb, though with the green orb I think my best advice is kind of hit it close to the center, maybe a little bit late. I just click that, this is triple spike, these are kind of obvious. Here, just click this pink orb a little bit late, it's not too hard. That spam is actually one of the easier spams. Oh yeah, this is the other spam where you can kind of just spam however fast you want, it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, so that's not too bad. This click is not too bad. Click this green orb early. That's one thing I didn't realize that you could do. So my theory is that because like when you flip gravity, you can actually clip through this a little bit and it's okay, or this little corner a little bit and it's okay. And clicking it early makes the next timing, I think, a little bit easier. So yeah, try to click that early and get used to that. I think that is helpful. Again, this is another one where you want to have like good click consistency over speed. These are kind of all jumps you've seen before. I think clicking this a little later makes that timing maybe slightly easier, but it's hard to tell. It's a very minor difference if there is one. So you're here, you want to just click this as late as possible while still clicking it. It's a weird timing, it's one of the harder timings in the beginning. Okay, this part is also interesting. This is one of the parts that I think I'll have the most helpful commentary on. I feel like intuitively, you just want to like do that triple click as quickly as possible, but you're going to die if you do that. My advice is click the first blue orb, actually slow this down a little bit so you can see. You want to click that first blue orb late, so you can kind of, like in the middle maybe, so you can kind of land on that ledge. And then you can just kind of do like a double click, so it's click, 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 instead of like the triple click that it looks like it should be, like da da da. Like you can see what I'm talking about there. That's another timing where it's just like you're gonna get used to it. It takes a while. The yellow orb, I know you can click it early and you can click it late. Clicking it early is pretty hard. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'd say worry a lot more about clicking it late. Yeah, so here's the beginning of the spider. So here, this click is kind of what it looks like. This click right here, you can buffer it, but I wouldn't worry too hard about buffering it. If you're having trouble with it, just think more about buffering it. I kind of like the da-da-da. That kind of pattern, like da-da-da. So once you pass that section, you have these 4 clicks. So these 4 clicks are interesting. So you do like an early, early, late, late. That's kind of how I think about it, and just like following the music. Yeah. Also, for all of these spider clicks, with like when they look like those kind of gaps, you can generally go way later than you think you can. I'd say that's one huge bit of advice that I have. Like, look at that. That does not look like it should be survivable, like with that input, but it does. There you go. See, I did kind of do like a early. And you see I'm delaying those second 2 clicks a lot more. It's really hard to do from practice mode, Jesus Christ. Okay, here, I don't believe this really matters where you hit it. I think you can kind of go wherever as long as you hit the green orb relatively late. Yeah, so I'd say, like, just don't worry too much about that input. Try and hit it, like, while your spider's on the middle of this kind of, like, thing right here, because that's probably the middle of the timing. And then click the green orb later. And then this, you just do the timing. It's not too hard. This, you buffer. This, kind of just do the timing, but with... Okay, so this is weird. So here you're going to have a pink orb and then 2 yellow orbs. So with the pink orb, you want to make sure to click it late, but not too late. This is, I think the other yellow orbs don't have this problem. Like here, you can click it too late like that. You can also click it too early, like that. So you want to make sure to get right in between those timings. This is not the same as the other 2 yellow orbs. The only way to click them too late is to literally just, like, fall into the spikes. So I'd say with this pink orb, it's kind of like actually a timing. While with the yellows, you can kind of just imagine it as, like, clicking as late as possible. So that's my advice with that. Here, you can't buffer it. Just make sure to, like, slightly off of the buffer. So you basically click the moment you land, or a little bit after you land. And then you can kind of just, like, buffer, or buffer. Like, buffer right there. And then this input's a little weird, but they're not too bad. You click this pink orb a little bit late, click the red orb a little bit late, because if you click the red orb early, you're going to fall into that. Let me try to do it, like that spike. But you'll just get used to the timing. This is not that bad. It very much is something you get used to. I think you can buffer this green orb. I wouldn't do it intentionally. I just do the rhythm. But yeah, and then the yellow orb is kind of obvious. These gaps, I like to lean a little early. I feel like it's really easy to, like, fall a little bit and then click, and you can see your guy moving up, but you're still hitting the spike. So I'd say leaning a little bit early with that click is a little safer. What else do I say about this? I don't know if there's too much to say. Yeah, here you hold a little longer than you think. I feel like the intuition is to, like, go around like there, but no, you gotta hold all the way until you get there. Here, I think you can do, like, a double click like that. I personally didn't, and I don't think it's that helpful, but you can. It might make it a little easier for some people. There, this is kind of obvious. I don't know, there's not a whole lot to say here. Just, like, click consistency. Just make sure you're getting kind of a consistent thing. You can kind of let go the moment you hit the block. That's kind of my recommendation. And let go and click the moment you hit the block. Here, this click is actually, you can go way later than you think, because, like, I'm just going to go die. You can see that my trail, it goes right between the spikes. You can actually go a little bit into the spikes. So I'd say lean that input a little bit later than you would otherwise. Okay, the UFO parts are definitely the strangest parts in this level, the most janky. So again, this first input you want to kind of click a bit late. Well, that's a lot of the UFO inputs you're going to want to lean a little late. Actually, this one is kind of a neutral click, but a lot of the UFO inputs you want to lean a little late so you don't go too high. These are pretty straightforward. You just kind of, like, click right between the structuring. You kind of just, like, look where I'm clicking and just, like, try to do the same thing yourself. There you go. Okay. This I just advise following the rhythm. So, like, da-da, da-da-da. Because I just use those kind of verbal cues to help yourself. This click is a little, I think, earlier than you think. I was having a lot of, like, clipping on the block like that in the past. It's harder to die to the top spikes than it looks. So I think that's kind of my main bit of advice. Here, I used 2 different input methods, so I'm able to spam fast enough. This is probably the scariest spam part, besides, the scariest, like, uncontrolled spam part. So I just be, like, very careful. Try to, like, speed up a little bit at the end, because I feel like naturally you're going to slow down your spam closer to the end. So just kind of keep that in mind. There you go. So make sure to stop, because you can totally die jumping there. So just be a little careful. I wouldn't worry too much. Like, if you're not dying like that, I wouldn't worry about it. but it is just, like, know it's a thing that could happen. Like, I'll kind of give it an example. You keep spamming, keep spamming, keep spamming, keep spamming, and you keep spamming, and then you die. Let me get back there. Yeah, this click is pretty whatever. You can kind of just do it whenever. It doesn't really matter. Though this pink orb click, depending on how you do the previous click, it may or may not be bufferable. Actually, that's not true. Just, you don't want to buffer it. Click it late. It's not that hard. It's not that bad. This can be bufferable depending on your alignments. Though I wouldn't bet on it. Let me see if I can get an alignment that doesn't work. Like there. See? Yeah, you can get a bad alignment. I wouldn't risk holding there. You can, though. This spam's not too bad. This input's a bitch. You just have to learn it. It's weird. It's late, but not too late. I believe there is a way of... Can you go so late that you die? I feel like you can, but I could be misremembering. I guess not. But you can definitely go too early. That is very possible. Just try to lean late on the... Yeah, no, there's no... You can't die by clicking this late. So you just kind of just click it as late as you want. Just make sure you actually hit it. Either you fall. This click, just hit it as late as possible. It's really easy. This is one of the hardest clicks. One of the most chokeable clicks, I think. So just be aware of this click. This is a buffer. This is weird. This is like the only section that has like any buffers in this part of the song. You think you can buffer that? I think I did separate clicks, but you can buffer, like hold that whole time. This pink orb, you can't buffer. No, you have to hit it like right in the middle, and then basically click the green orb as quickly as possible after that. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that green orb. Just make sure to hit the pink. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, but yeah, that death I had, that weird death, I think was definitely because I clicked the pink orb too early, and then I couldn't get enough height for the green. This, click it late. Remember this about basically every black orb that looks like this in level. Click it late, because if you're, like if I am right here, and I click, it looks like I'm mostly over the ledge, but I'm not. I'm still going to get caught. So you really want to be careful with that. I'm going to stress that a lot. Here, just do this timing. This black orb is a little before the center. It's a weird input. This whole section has a little bit of weird inputs. I'm going to click that black orb a little before the center. This one around the center, maybe on the early side. You basically can't die as long as you don't buffer or you hit it super late. That input's not too bad. Okay, this green orb input, I used to think you have to hit it like right in the middle, but one really big realization I had right before I beat the level is you can click it a lot earlier than feels comfortable. So like you want to kind of do like early mid as late as possible. Early mid as late as possible. Again, a lot of these timings you'll just get used to it. This advice is more just getting you on the vague idea of the timings, so you can then experiment yourself. Here, just kind of, it's weird. I say you click it around the center, you'll get a feel of it. It's very hard to describe exactly what to do, but you get a feel pretty quickly. It's very easy to click a little bit late, because you go a lot farther than you think you will. Like, particularly for that second click. For that second click, I like to err on the side of late, because that late lets this triple be a buffer. I'm pretty sure there are timings that make the triple not a buffer. Let me see if I can manufacture one of those. Yeah, no, I never died there. I never died to that triple by buffering it, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think just trying to do that like hold that for a buffer makes it, yeah, no, I don't think you can even die there. Maybe you can with some crazy stupid alignment, but like not normally. These are just two obvious clicks. This spam, it's so easy to die to, particularly with nerves. Just focus 100% on your click consistency while not sacrificing the speed. I think click consistency is the most important part of this, like 5 clicks. Like I have a Seo, so that makes it a lot easier, I think. But yeah, click consistency is just king there. This is a late click. It's not as bad as it looks because of the funky hitbox nonsense. Now we have the weirdest part of the level here. This is pretty straightforward, I think. Like those first 2 clicks, you kind of just do them. The first one's a little earlier because there's a bigger spike in the beginning, and the second one's a little later because there's the bigger spike at the end. But it's pretty straightforward. This green orb is just late as possible, though it's pretty lenient, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. You can hold for that second click, though you can also just click it again if you want. Doesn't really matter. This is the same timing as the beginning. you can kind of click this whenever as long as you make it. It's pretty hard to not make it, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. For me, I like to kind of just, I don't know, this I kind of do by feel. It's kind of hard to exactly describe what I do. I like to kind of hit most, like, I say like mid, early, mid, early, mid. Mid, early, mid. That's kind of how I, like, maybe like early, mid, something like that. Again, this is a section you just want to like do a lot of times until you have it like really down, because it's surprisingly variable. Here, you just like make sure you buffer all of the black orbs. It makes it a lot easier. Like click the black orbs way earlier than you think you should, and you'll probably be fine. Here you wait. Make sure to wait as long as you can, because it's very easy to like go early and then just be fucked. Like I died like that in a run, an actual run. Like there. That's another example. So there, hit this late. Hit that early, you're gonna die. I think you can hit this as late as you want. Oh, not as late as you want, but you're gonna hit it relatively late. These are normal clicks. Make sure to click close to the small spike, because again, small spike, big spike means click early, or so click late. Big spike, small spike means click early. Here you go. This green orb, you can kind of just, you can buffer this jump and then click the green orb as late as you want, but it doesn't really matter that much. This is not a hard input. Here, these you want to click them as, you want to do this jump later. So if I could do it earlier, it's a lot harder to get good trajectory. So you want to hit this jump right there as late as possible. To clarify, this jump. So you just want to do all that, like you click this as late as possible, or not as late as possible, but like late, and then you do these other two clicks relatively late. Again, you can do it too late, you can die like that, but again, you'll get an intuition. You want to be going for kind of late timings. This input is the worst. I don't like it. Well, it's not that I don't like it, it's just very particular. So the intuition would be kind of try to jump in the middle of the timing, but that actually makes this timing a lot weirder. I'd say jump early. It makes the green orb timing a lot easier in my opinion. Like if I click late, now I can do it because I already have the muscle memory, but like if you click it late, in my opinion, it makes the timing a little more weird and uncomfortable. I think clicking this early makes it a little easier. Though again, it's up to you to feel it out. A lot of this is kind of be like, take my advice and then feel it out and see what you think. This black orb, depending on your trajectory, you might want to click it a little earlier or later because you might be closer or farther from the ground. I like to click it around the middle of the black orb. I think it's pretty lenient. I know in my run I actually like somehow landed on the edge here. There, like that. That's a thing that can happen, but it doesn't really matter. Honestly, you don't even really notice it. At least I didn't notice it. Just, yeah, try to land like on the later side, but you might have to click a little earlier, just if you're a little in the air. So I'd say like click in like mid-late. This you just click as late as you can, click and hold as late as you can. This you want to click later. I don't think as late as you can, but like close. So it's like, you want to, actually no, I think as late as you can really. Just as late as you can, and then just click you can even buffer the yellow orb. I think that's the easiest way of doing it. This, hit it as late as you can. I don't think, oh, you can die if hitting it late, but it's very hard. You'd have to be like really trying. This jump into the pink orb, you don't have to risk it too much. It's pretty safe as long as you don't like really go very early. You might even be able to buffer that. Let me try. Oh my god, I can't even do it anymore. No, you definitely can't buffer it, but you get my point. You're pretty safe. This green orb is also pretty safe, though. Again, it's very field-based. You'll get used to it by just playing it out. This, I'd say click it a little bit after the middle, because early can lead you there, late can lead you there. So just be careful. A little bit after the middle. I think what most people do for this section is they kind of like da-da-da. Though I like doing da-da-da. So like, let me slow it down a little bit. I like doing da-da-da. And you can kind of like buffer that second orb. At least that's what it feels like. Maybe it's not actually what's happening. But you can also kind of do it a different way. You can try to hit them all in the middle. I think hitting this late and then hitting this one super early is the safest. Yeah. So you can either hit them both late or hit the first one late, second one early. That's what I like to do, because then it simplifies that second timing. It makes it basically impossible to fail. Like, you'll see, like, I hit that jump so early. Like, I barely even moved down. There you go. Okay, so this input is kind of just what it looks like. Don't hit it too early. Don't hit it too late. It's not that complicated. This also is not that complicated. Don't hit it too late. Don't hit it too early. This input is later than you think. it's pretty late. I don't think it's possible to hit it late while still hitting it at all. This red orb is hit as late as possible. Technically, you can die because you hit it too late, but it's very hard. Like, I'm trying to hit it too late right now. I can't. Can do it consistently. Like, it's like weird. Like, it's depending on your alignment from the previous click, I think. So yeah, just basically click it as late as possible. You might die to like the spikes here, but the spikes right there. But it's very hard. You'd have to get very unlucky. Like, I cannot even do it intentionally. Again, possible, but not a really big concern. This just click as late as possible. This is just the ball timing. This, again, yellow orb is kind of in the middle. There's a late and early case. Late is you hit the spike there. Early is you hit that spike. So you just want to hit it right in the middle. So I'd say it's on the later side, but again, feel it out. I know I said this before, with these gaps right here, make sure to click a little bit earlier than you think, because you don't want to, like, die like this. That's the worst. I'm saying this from personal experience, because you can see, like, you already started moving, but... Oh well. Like, yeah, if you click early, it's a lot more obvious that it's like, yeah, you fucked up. Like, see, it's a lot more, like, you can get a lot closer and be okay. This is kind of just what the same as before. This before. This click is pretty trivial. This block is awesome. It helps align you. Here, I'd say keep your eyes on like this spike right there. Sorry, this spike and this spike to help align when you're letting go, clicking and letting go. So just like basically when you're vertically aligned with them, click / let go. Oh, yeah, there's a third spike, but you can kind of see the pattern. It's pretty obvious, I think. This is not mind-blowing advice. Yeah, that's the other spike. What is here? This is a lot more consistent than you feel like. You can kind of just, like, metronome the ending part, mostly. Again, there's some like, weird... Like, there's some amount of just, like, feel it out. Da, 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 da. Like this part, this first click is a little off the sync, but like da 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 da. Yeah, again, when you practice it, you'll get more of a detailed feel of it, but it's pretty consistent. This spam is not too hard. This is the most janky part of the level, the most inconsistent part. It took me so long to get used to it. But here we go. I'm gonna try to do my best to explain it. This first click, try to hit it late, because you can survive and click it early. It will mess up your alignment slightly, though it's survivable even if you click it early. Click this as late as possible. Say, click both of these pretty late, like this later, like almost as late as possible, and then like around the middle. And you want to do like middle of the timing. At least that's what I did. So late, middle. And then you kind of do like just whatever doesn't kill you. Here, that part doesn't really have a super solid click pattern, but this part does. So once you click that black orb, it's like, so it's click, double click. Oh wait, it's been a while since I've done this one. Yeah, here. Sorry, no. Yeah, it's click, da. You off the ground, you do like a click, and then you do like a slightly delayed click. You should be around the middle of like there when you click, like there. And you want to click these green orbs later, almost as late as possible. And it should line up. It should work with the alignment, though. Again, you're going to do a lot of practice to make sure alignment is good. It's a very alignment-based part. Late click, obviously. Late click, obviously. Late click, less obviously. Again, lean late with all of these clicks. Leaning late is good, and there's a small spike on this side, so lean even later because of that. Though again, you'll just get used to it over time. This green orb, I think as long as you don't buffer it, you're good. I guess you can hit it late, but hit it like early, but don't buffer. This black orb, hit it late. Again, not as late as possible. You can totally die there by hitting it too late, but on the later end. This is just a timing. Just hit it a little bit later. But again, remember there's a big spike on the right that time, so make sure to click it around the middle. This is actually one thing that really messed me up. So if you click late here, it feels better, but it can even make this impossible. It makes this pink orb click way more stringent, and even if you make it, it might still kill you. Wait, let me show you. Like, even if I click this late and then I buffer, you might not make it. Like, see, yeah, you don't want to do it like this. Like, look at that! What the fuck? So you want to click this as early as possible, while still hitting the pad. And then you can kind of click this as late as possible, and then you can kind of just do these timings, because they're not hard timings. It just puts it more under your control and makes it less, like, random alignment bullshit. That's, like, a lot of this level. I gotta, like, reduce the amount of random alignment bullshit. This, it's kind of obvious, just, like, jump as late. Like, with these double spikes, they're pretty reasonable. With these, you want to click as late as possible, both for the initial jump and the orb. You'll get the timing. You'll feel it out. It's pretty straightforward though. It's not as it doesn't have any of the complexities I'd say of the previous sections. Click the blue orbs late and then buffer the yellow. That's my experience. You can sometimes get away with buffering that, but I would not risk it. It depends on how well you do that section. Oh no, never mind. That's not the one you can buffer. Oh no, wait, is it? I could have sworn you could buffer that. Yeah, there you go. You can buffer it. It's possible. I wouldn't risk it though. It's very risky. They're buffed. And then you win. GG. Yeah. I hope this guide helps. I don't know how long it is. How long was that? 30 minutes. That sounds about right. Yeah. Good luck on your remove submission journey. And let me know if that guide helped, because I don't know. That'd be cool to know if it helped.